Good everyone, Sway here, and today I'm going to be talking about the Razer Orochi. Now, while this mouse isn't my favorite thing in the world, I think it's pretty average. I do tend to recommend it a lot to people, along with the XM1R, because I think it is the really good intro beginner mouse to fingertip. And, it comes in at 70 USD, so it's not the best price, but for being a Razer product that's also wireless, that's decent enough because Razer always tends to do really big sales around the holidays. So I'm sure you'll be able to snag one for a pretty decent price come this coming Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever the hell people do sales for nowadays. So let's talk about the mouse. Now, one thing I really love about this mouse is the sensor position. It is like really high up compared to most mice. And I found that I liked it a lot. In the same way that heavy mice play a little bit different to lighter mice, I think that's like a good comparison to how like mice with a more centered sensor position play compared to this mouse. It's not like the greatest difference in the world, and you have to be like paying attention to like truly like if you're playing at like with a 70-gram mouse compared to a 40-gram mouse, like you feel it and it plays a little different, but it's not the end of the world. And in the same way like this, like you get used to it. I know it bothers a lot of people, but I particularly like it. Probably because I prefer gripping mice like towards the top of the buttons. But speaking of the top of the buttons, this shape just doesn't necessarily agree with me. I find that the fingertip mice that I like the most are the ones where like my natural grip, like if I put my hands on the mouse with like my eyes closed and I just like get in my comfy position, the mice that I end up liking the most are the ones where my fingers will just like be towards the top. Like the Team Wolf Lurker, here's like my comfy position, like pretty near the top. MZ1 or M2K, pretty near the top. MZ1, while I like it, like my comfort position is like pretty far back, and I know because it's like I don't know, it's basically these two mice are like opposites, but they still like lack what I like in a shape. This is more like the Ergo, probably better for like aggressive fingertip because it has the comfort groove on the side. You know, it's a bit Ergo-y, and this is more like it's like the relaxed fingertip shape, but it's like I don't know. It's very weird. It's like the MZ1 is still something that I aim great on, but I don't understand it because like it goes against what I usually like in mice, and I just aim good on it, so I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to go into like shape theory, but basically like these two mice are opposites. Okay, and this is probably better for like relaxed fingertip, and this is probably better for like aggressive. But I play pretty similarly on both of them. What are you doing? Play pretty similarly on both of them, so it really just comes down to like what you're comfortable on, right? And this shape just doesn't do it for me all the way, but I think it is like a great intro shape to fingertip, like I said. I really like the thumb. The groove is really nice. It just like it really like hugs it. You know what I'm saying? So I do understand the appeal of the mouse, but there's just something about like the Team Wolf Lurker egg that I just like more. And that just is what it is. Shape is a very personal thing. I don't think there's a formula or a way to like extrapolate what the perfect shape for you is until you just try a bunch of different mice and figure it out, you know. So yeah, enough about the shape. It's a shame about the batteries. I don't like that it's battery powered. You pull this thing up and boom. I'm rocking the AAA at the back because I'm a heathen. So because it is battery powered and because I was too lazy to get an adapter or do the tinfoil thing, I'm rocking the AAA at the back, which makes the weight balance really weird. And you know, like my laziness then in turn let me explore like what do I really know about weight balancing in a mouse and why is like a centered weight like usually what people tout is like good. And now I don't fucking know. I truly don't know because I'm playing like the same. I don't get it anymore. But I'll just let you know that unless you have an adapter or you're using like the tinfoil trick to put a AAA in the front, you're going to have to deal with a AA to make it like centered weight-wise. And might as well just use a AAA and make it lighter, you know what I'm saying? So that's a bit weird. I don't really understand it anymore. I'm gonna have to do more testing with like weight balancing because everything I know has just been shattered by this. Because usually, I'm serious. Like in the past, I was like, oh, like the weight's kind of off-centered. That's not that good. But now I just don't even know because this is now a really back-heavy mouse. Like I'm picking it up from like the middle, and it just tips all the way back. So I don't know anymore. But I thought I should let y'all know. Yeah, the buttons are good. I like them. It's just a good click. You could just expect good clicks from Razer. Razer, all in all, has stepped it up a bunch. I would like to see innovation from like these big companies, especially Razer and Logitech. I don't think we're gonna like truly get it. I guess you could say they like. I'm glad they tried a new shape with this. You know, like Zowie, for example. I wish they just put something new out. I know everyone likes their new mice apparently, so I need to try that. But I want innovation. I want new shapes, you know. I'm not going to say the MZ1 is the greatest thing in the world or that Xtrfy has like gotten the formula right or something because there's problems with the mice and there's problem with them in general. But man, they really like made something creative and they partnered with a creator to make it. So I really appreciate that. I'm sick still, so apologize. I'm going to take a water break and I am not going to edit it out. Haven't been making videos because I'm sick and I've had a lot of work, so yeah. Yeah, buttons are nice. There is like very minimal pre-travel, but quite a bit of post-travel, which bothers me a lot. So here's pre and then post. Pre-post. The left click seems to have a bit more post-travel. It almost bottoms out. But they're pretty decent. I don't know. I like can't be too nitpicky on it because if I'm like presenting it as like a good entry-level mouse, I'll have you know that these clicks are amazing. Like if this is someone's first mouse, like they're gonna be happy for a while. The stock skates are pretty okay, but I put core pads on them and I started enjoying it a lot more. That's just what I do with every single mouse now. I just put core pads on it. I really enjoy that core pads like let me feel the mouse pad that I'm on. That's a big thing for me. I like mouse pads. I like texture. I like arm feel. You know. And feeling the texture through the mouse of the pad is a really important thing to me now. So that's why I stick with core pads. Also, speaking of mouse pads, this is the Odin Eclipse, which I'll be reviewing in a while. What else about the Razer Orochi? The Razer Orochi, when you buy a Razer product, you get the Razer quality, which I think is pretty good now. And if your mouse does have issues, you can just get a new one right away. They respond pretty well in my experience. And you're going to be taken care of with them. Also, I hate their software, but I mean, I hate most softwares. I like the MZ1. I like everything being on board, like the MZ1, but it's decent enough. It's a big company. I mean, it's not a bad software. I just don't like dealing with it. So yeah, I guess in general, I know this is a bit of a shorter review, and I'm kind of just blowing through things, but this mouse just doesn't really excite me, so I'm not like nerding out about it. It's chill. It's nice. One thing I do like is the coating. I don't have to put grips on it to feel comfortable, which that is another new thing that I'm about. I used to not mind grips, but now I don't really like them. It has a good coating. It doesn't like, there's like a bit of like a matteness and a bit of a texture to it that really like sticks to my hands, but it doesn't feel sticky. You know, it's grippy. Grippy's a better word. And I like it a lot. It doesn't, there's a bit of dirt here. I haven't cleaned it since I got it, and like that tiny little line is like the only thing. Maybe if I turn my other light on, you can still can't really see it, but it doesn't get dirty, and it's a white mouse. It's kind of crazy. I like have not cleaned it out of principle, so like to show it during the review, and I've used it quite a lot. Y'all know I haven't made a video in a while, and yeah, so that's chill. What else? I guess I can just talk about like fingertip shapes in general, and if you're out shopping for a fingertip mouse, if you've never used one before, this is a good starting point, you know, because it is pretty like, it's pretty neutral. The comfort groove, I feel like, makes it easy to get used to because it'll lock you into place on the thumb, and it's just a really, I don't know, it's a safe shape, but in the same way, in a very different way. And something like the Superlight is a safe shape. I'm like the biggest Superlight hater, which is why I haven't made a video on it. I'm gonna get fucking destroyed in the comments because I can't bring myself to use it for too long. especially in fingertip, and I just don't really like clawing anymore, and I can't claw comfortably. But in a very different way, the Orochi is a safe shape. I think this is a safe shape because it can like fit any grip style for any hand length or size, hand size. Whereas this is safe because it lets you experience fingertip regardless of most things, you know. While I think my hands are a bit too big for it, I I think a lot of people would be happy with it. You know, it's small enough to be fingertip by even like people with small hands. It's yeah, boom, boom. If I like line them all up, yeah. So the MZ1's quite a bit longer. Obviously the M2K is shorter, but like it's like really small. I don't have the numbers out right now, nor do I care to like open Google up during this video right now. But it'll do you well. It'll do you well. That's really all I have to say about this mouse. I'm not too excited by it. It is average. I'll recommend it to people, but it's not my main. I don't know. Nor do I feel like getting someone to mod it to make it more enjoyable, which is what I'm doing with the MZ1 or the Team Wolf Lurker. I just got it modded, and it's being shipped to me by Cryo, so I'm really hyped for that. But yeah, this doesn't really excite me much. It is what it is. It's a decent mouse. Try my best not to shit on Razer because I appreciate what they're doing, and I like that they tried a new shape, and I like that it is pretty light. There's a lot of good things about it, but I really wish it wasn't battery powered. Just give us like an Orochi Superlight, please. There's so many, I don't know. I know Razer's trying new things. I see one of their dudes is pretty active in the subreddit, and there was a thread talking about a company that was making like a carbon fiber wireless mouse. And the dude in the comments was like, "Oh, like good luck, like trying to deal with the interference on like the wireless signal or whatever, because we're trying some different materials as well." And I was like, "Oh shit, are we gonna get a non-plastic mouse from Razer?" So like, I know that they're doing shit behind the scenes, and I respect them as a company, and I'm just gonna like see how they pan out. I'm not a Razer fanboy. I'm not a Logitech fanboy. I don't think there's any company that I'm like super stoked about right now. Probably the company I like the most is G-Wolves, honestly. I'm really excited for the HSK Plus. But other than that, everything is just kind of boring right now. The mouse scene is boring. Maybe that's why I'm so much more excited about mouse pads, but I haven't really had money. So like, for example, I barely bought, what's it called? The GameSense Radar. I like have not had money to buy stuff after I bought the Superlight and the M2K. Yeah, everything just kind of went. So expect an M2K review next, and then what is this thing called? The Eclipse review after that. And that's really it from me. I appreciate you all for watching if you made it this far. Also, if you made it this far, I have a second channel now where I'm going to be posting gaming clips, basically, for my stream. Because I want to keep this channel more for just reviews and stuff. So, yeah. I'm Dunzo. Take it easy. Peace out.